YouTube, smooth
Okay, that's
YouTubers.
true. Let me actually go over here and check. Oh, look at Luashim. Such a cute. Misery, look at your style. All right, here we are. So go ahead and we send your messages in because we'll be able to. Oh, this thing looks like it's about to fall.
Why is this thing holding?
Why isn't it moving when I want it to move?
No one's.
Wow.
I've been pulling wires here. Like,
You didn't see it. Impressive. I like it. All right, Miss Ruth, are you ready?
Yes.
Why can't I hear anything? Oh,
Why can't I hear anything?
oh, I turned it off by mistake.
Can't hear anything.
Better? Can you hear?
No, no.
Somebody has done something. Is it not plugged in?
cool.
Ah. I'm with long clothes. All right, let's do this. And Lagos, here we are inside the 9 o'clock hour where Lagos Talks comes home to roll. And I'm very excited for today's Lagos Talks conversation. It's going to be an interesting one. Of course, I'm Shopper Martins, and this is Smooth Breakfast. Welcome, welcome. If you are just joining us, you can go over to youtube.com/smooth981 FM Lagos to catch the live stream and join the conversation by leaving your comments up on that platform. And all of you know that this was a voice that took over Thursdays and Fridays on Freshly Pressed. As I've said, now she's reigning high on Danfo Conversations, talking with listed Lagosians, left, right, and center. It's Mizirati Bakari Yusuf. Good morning. It's so great to have you back. Now, of course,
It's great to be here. Home.
I'm telling you,
Home.
it's absolutely fantastic. And you need to see she had like a queen's welcome. Everybody was so excited to see her. Now, of course, Mizerti, you are here in your because obviously you've in the time that we've lost seen you and spoken to you here on Smooth Breakfast, a lot has been happening. Now, of course, we know you as a television and radio broadcaster, that is for sure. But also, you're here in your role as the founder of the Purple Women Foundation.
Yeah.
So, if you are new to Smooth FM, then let me introduce you to Irati Bakari Yusuf. She's a feminist and human rights activist. She's the president and founder of Purple Women Foundation, which is a 200 strong collective of female nation builders in Nigeria and in the diaspora. And after 27 years in the corporate world, she transitioned her life and her career to the entrepreneurial media activism and creative industries. Wow. That's a lot, Missouri.
You know me.
And of course, these passion projects, because she is a very passionate soul, and so she just decided to make her passions work for her. And this is why we see you in all the with all the different hats that you wear
Absolutely.
now.
Yeah.
Now, a lot has been happening because, of course, March is the month for women, Women's History Month, International Month for Women, whatever you want to call it. It is all about women. And
Absolutely.
tomorrow also is a very important day for us. March 8th, it is the International Day of the Woman. And there's something that's really interesting now. So you've been spreading the word about this, and you've been inviting people, everyone, you are invited to the 1 million women's march, and that is in demand of the constitution the
Absolutely.
women want.
Absolutely.
Now, when we talk about the constitution,
Mm.
come on, last week was a bit of a bloodbath.
It was terrible. It was terrible. There's a lot wrong with our constitution, but we'll focus on the women. You know, I think that constitution, if I remember the number rightly, mentions he something like, is it 276 times or so? And mentions she maybe like 10 times.
Oh,
or so.
wow.
That's just the constitution as it is.
Oh, my
I have to
goodness.
get the exact numbers, but it's something that ridiculous. So you know, again, what most people don't know, because a lot of people are saying, why didn't women tell people before? Why didn't they tell them? No, actually, you see, here's Nigeria, what happens in Nigeria. In Nigeria, Life is what happens whilst you're thinking maybe you should do it. And these women, there's a large group of women who have invested their time, their efforts, their money, their career, their life's work into actually getting these amendments accepted.
Now, we spoke about the amendments at length, actually, in a number of Lagos Talks um, episodes, and also freshly pressed. So, if you don't know about that, let me just give you a very quick recap. So, we had the two chambers, the upper and lower chamber, voting on 68 proposed constitutional amendments bills. And out of the 68, there were five that were geared towards the
Gender.
equalizing of
Yes.
gender. So, of those five, not a single one was passed. All of them were rejected, and it seemed as though there was no fighting about it at all. Now, one of the bills sought to grant citizenship to foreign-born husbands of Nigerian women, because right now, as it stands, a Nigerian man's foreign-born wife is automatically a Nigerian citizen.
Yeah.
So there was quite a lot of wondering as to why that was. It seemed to be low hanging fruits, something that would pass, and yet it was just soundly rejected. Another bill sought to allocate 35% of political positions based on appointment to women, whilst another sought to create special seats for women in the national and state assemblies. um that's quite an interest. I don't even know what to say about
Okay,
this.
so if you start from the first one, this is also the other thing. Most people didn't actually, it affected me. That very first one, even though I'm not married to a foreigner, gosh, I'm not married. But my sister was. My sister was with her husband, and they
Okay.
moved here from England. He was white, English, British rather. She's Nigerian. She could never, ever grant him citizenship. He never got it. For all the years they were married, he could never get it. It was plain ridiculous. And again, people didn't know these things existed. This draconian, archaic, idiotic rules, plain ridiculous rules still existed, but it does. So like you rightly said, so all of a sudden, people now know. And what it actually says is, me, unless I am, okay, so unless I am the chattel of a man, I don't have any rights. So a Nigerian man can make his foreign born wife a citizen.
Hmm.
So that means that, because, and the only way they allow that, think about it, the extension of that is actually saying women are still the chattel of their husbands. That's what effectively what it's saying. And if you think about it, if you now go back to it, that is what patriarchy says, and that's why we are where we are. And who brought patriarchy to us? The colonialists. But we'll get into that later.
Because actually, to be fair, to be honest, we did not have
We weren't like this.
before colonization. We actually had a
Yes,
pretty fair when it came to
absolutely.
gender society,
Absolutely.
with Nigerian women being business owners who had a lot of say so in
Absolutely.
family and outward affairs as well. Now, Lagos, of course, you can join the conversation. Call us up on 0144 89981. The topic of the day is gender equality in Nigeria. What is stopping us? What do you think about that? What do you have to say about that? Like I said, 0144 89981. That is the number to call. You can also send your WhatsApp messages in to 0809 444 981. And we are streaming live up on youtube.com/smooth981fm. You can go over there and leave a comment up on the live stream. And yes, for those asking, yes. So this is Lagos Talks. It starts at 9 a.m. right here on Smooth Breakfast. You can check out the locker room, which is from 8:15 to 8:45 every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday going forth. All right. Okay, so let's get back into this now. So
So
we've
the
been
35% you were talking about and all of that stuff. So here's the thing. Again, you know, it's almost like this gives us an opportunity to educate the populace. And anybody that says they don't know after this whole massive campaign and tomorrow's rally and all the work that's gone on, it's simply because they choose not to know. So you have from what we're asking for is from the party level. From the party level, because if you think about it, party primaries, how many women do you have that takes place in party primaries?
Now, Ms. Ariti, the narrative seems to be that women are just avoiding the game of politics.
If
Now, is
only.
that the question? Are they avoiding it, or have they been excluded from
They've been
it?
deliberately and systematically excluded.
Now, why would you say that?
Thank you. So, like I said, if you think about the party primaries, there are women's groups and APC, PDP, right? They have, so you often have the women's leader, yada, 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 and all of that stuff. Now, given that they have female members, why then are they telling me that out of all their female members, there isn't any that is good enough to be part of the primaries? Because unless you win at the primaries, you are not going to be the candidate for your party. So there is clearly a system there, and the system is violence, the system is money, okay, the system is structural, where all of this has been deliberate. The system is also the fact that political meetings take place in the middle of the night. All of these are systematically set and placed together to be a barrier to women to actually take part.
Now, what would you say to a number of callers who called and said, listen, women have historically said what a man can do, a woman can do as well, if not even better. And that why can't women just go and play the game as it is and stop sitting back and saying nobody is allowing us to play?
Okay, good question. So, what do you think the game is? If I wanted to compete, right, if I was a member of a political party, I've got to find the money because it is that big. It is expensive. I mean, to go to run for president in Nigeria properly and to have a chance of winning, it's something like $3 billion. It's ridiculous. It's insane. Okay, let alone party
That's a
primaries
lot.
where all the delegates have to get their hands watered. Let's put it that way. So I can go in there with my brain. I can go in there with my voice. I can go in there with my intelligence. I can go in there with my strategic skills. I can go in there and literally converse. I can debate. But after that, then what? My name has still got to get on that ballot box within in my party. And if it's not going to be there, whatever I say doesn't matter. However smart I am doesn't matter. Now, here's the other thing.
Now, hold
What
on.
people
Devil's
ignore is
advocates would say, but there are loads of women's groups, and there are more women than men in the country. Why aren't you just getting the women to vote for you? Why can't you just go through the women's groups? Why, why, why?
so again, I've still got to win. Like that's why I keep saying it starts from the primaries. I've still got to get the ticket at the primaries. Now let's now imagine I get the tickets at the primaries, or I go for local elections or whatever, right? At the ballot box, at the ballot box, when you get to voting, what you meet is violence. Violence on so many levels against women. So many levels, so much so that they get threatened. Look, I can tell you at least one of the political parties, that one of the women that have come out to run for politics for one of the national seats
Right.
is already getting threatened,
Oh,
and she
wow.
hasn't even gone very far. So what do they mean? Women will vote, and we don't just want to vote for women. We also will vote for men. But what we are saying is, unless you create a level playing field, you are never going to have equal opportunities. And without equal opportunities, you really don't have a society.
All right, now we need to take a very quick break, but when we get back, the conversation continues. It's Lagos Talks on Smooth Breakfast, gender equality in Nigeria. What is stopping us? Oh, my ears.
Are you okay?
Oh, yeah, they're itchy. Don't mind me. Oh, yeah, this is good stuff. So we'll talk about the creation of seats, and then I think we'll talk about the police officers.
Oh,
Um, yeah. So, and then the national gender policy. Oh, you need to take
yeah.
it.
How long have we got?
We've got like, oh, I can give us maybe 45 seconds.
She picks up. She's calling about the buses for tomorrow. No, okay, for sure. Yeah, you were saying.
No, I was just saying. So yeah, we'll talk about inclusion of female in politics and whether quota systems could work because everybody that was really what took the air with.
Well,
Everybody said no, no, no.
because they don't understand and they don't know that. Remember, in the UK, in the 80s, it might even have been late 70s, they realized that they had to um, they had to create the Equal Opportunities Commission, because if you Shopper and Blondie Donna went for a job interview and you were both of the same level, the chances was they would give it to her
Mm.
because there was no equal. There you go.
Okay, we're back in. Smooth 98.1. It is 17 minutes gone past 9 o'clock in Lagos. You are talking right here on Smooth Breakfast. I'm Shokba Martins, and I am joined for the next hour or so by Amizurati Bakar Yusuf, a television and radio broadcaster and the founder of Purple Women Foundation. She's also one of the organizers of the 1 Million Women March, which is going to take place tomorrow as we demand, I love how I say as we demand,
Yes,
as
absolutely.
they
It's a
demand.
we. It's a we.
I'm on
It's a
Smooth
we.
Breakfast right now as they demand equality in the Constitution. Now, let's take a look. So we've been talking about the bills that were rejected, the gender-based bills that were rejected, and we've talked about a little about the creation of extra legislative seats for women and the 20% quota for women and 35% affirmative action in political parties administration. Um, Now, a lot of people seem to have a real issue with the quota system being implemented,
Mm,
and we've even got a call. So let's take that call
mm.
first, and then we'll see what that person has to say. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Ibukun, did you say? Oh, hello. Ibuku. Ibuku, just be prepared. All right, Ibuku, go ahead. The floor is yours. Mhm. Sorry. Okay. All right, Ibuku, thank you so much for your call and for your contribution to the conversation. So, Misery, what would you say to that?
No, Ibukun's correct. I mean, I think, we certainly don't have a level playing field. And until you have a level playing field, you can't actually put your hand on your chest and say you are practicing democracy. It becomes a fallacy, really, because democracy is supposed to be everybody. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. The people, incidentally, are also women. They are also female. So why do we think women are not part of those people? And this is the thing. He also touched on something. The men and those who are custodians of this law do not want to let go. They've made that very clear. Look, like I said, my sister activists who have been at this since 1999. Think about that. Since 1999, they've been pushing and
That's
prodding
a
and
long
pushing and
time to be
pushing
campaigning for
and
change
campaigning and pushing and
and a
prodding,
hard slog.
negotiating. They've spent money on research. They've written white papers. They've done analysis. They've consulted. They've cajoled. They've danced. You know, women will be there. They'll turn us into dancing monkeys. Yada, yada, yada. You smile at people you can't stand, but you smile at them just so you're able to have a conversation with them and hope they would listen. They sit in consultation rooms and then they still get, and here we are, and they still say no. In fact, that's 111 seats. At some point, the legislators have said, you have to reduce it, you have to reduce it. Meanwhile, they had agreed. A lot of them had signed up for it because they were not willing to let go of their seats,
No,
which is why they
yes.
said we will give you 111 extra seats that's just for you, because you see this one that we're on is our father's property and we're not letting go. It's like it's their inheritance.
But do you feel as though those that conversation and that push for the extra 111 and 108 seats respectively, do you think that was a poison chalice from the get go?
Absolutely.
Because
Absolutely, it was a ruse.
the immediate thing, the first thing that jumps out
It
from
pushes,
people's minds
gets people's
is
back up.
yes, bloating.
Absolutely. And this is one of the things, I mean, I can honestly say, I was one of the people that I pushed against it immediately. I wasn't there when they were negotiating it, but when in the discussion spaces where we talk about it, I was one of the people that said, no, I don't agree with that, because government is already expensive, and that extra expense will be placed on the back of women, thus making us targets to the general public to dislike us and push back against us. So of course it was always a ruse, but they did it deliberately, and then they asked for it to be reduced to 70. Then we said okay, and they still voted against it.
Oh my goodness. Well, keep on calling 01 448 9981. Hello, good morning. Oh, good morning. Could you please turn your radio off for the duration of this call? I've taken you off air. I'm about to put you back on air. What's your name and your location? All right, GTA calling from Trade Fair. Go ahead, share your thoughts with us.
My own thought is one, like you were just discussing now, that extra six that they were demanding for, four was out of it. We're already complaining that those people seated there at National Assembly are wasting our funds. You're not asking for more. Women are strong, women are dogged. If they truly want it, they will get it. I just believe now that it has started, it will all be in our consciousness. Though in Nigeria, there's nothing like politics. There's the money bags that are running the political system. So until there's a level playing
Do
ground,
you agree?
let us be
Send your
applauding
messages in.
and be hoping that there will be a change one day.
All right, GT. Thank you so much for. Oh, thank you so much. All right, that was GT calling us and sharing her thoughts. Now we've got this message in up on yes, this message in up on youtube.com/smooth981fm. In fact, a couple of messages. May Springs UK says, "Go Sissy, okay, tell them as it is." PWF power. Well, no, that's really.
That must be a member of PWF, I'm sure.
Well, no,
But women
yes.
are the
It
best.
says the irony is that a Nigerian man married to a non-Nigerian woman who holds citizenship of some countries can apply for
Exactly.
citizenship, but it's not the same for a Nigerian woman. Giant of Africa? What gives? All right, now let's get back to this. So, ranking on the heels of the news of the rejection, we also had a news of the gender of the national gender policy coming into play. Now, what would you say to that news as it came out, and your thoughts on that?
Well, the national gender policy has been around since 2006, and it was supposed to guide them. So when you have something like that, you have a document. I think people underestimate the amount of work, honestly, that goes into lobbying, just lobbying alone. So when you have a national gender policy, which is supposed to inform your legislators of how to go about these things, the points, the benefits, the pros, the cons, and it's supposed to be a springboard for them to carry on. Look, and the 35% affirmative the 35% affirmative action.
Hmm.
GEJ was the only one that came nearest to it.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
so people say, well, why do you want it in law? Why? Yes, it's already a policy. Why don't you want it in law? Why does it have to be in law? Because guess what? GEJ did it. Then Buhari came along and he hasn't done it. However, if it is enshrined in the law, they are forced to do it. I explain to people. I see that the only way I can explain the national gender policy is if you think of it as the Equal Rights, Equal Opportunities Commission in the UK,
Hmm.
and those who know America think of it as the Affirmative Act action. What happened was at some point, government and the governments of this country realized that if a black person, if you or I went for a job and we were up against a white counterpart, we had the same education, the same skills, we were equal to each other, and I may even be better than that person. The chances are they will give it.
Unconscious or conscious bias
Bias,
would
they
give
would
the
give
job
it.
to that
So,
person.
yes. So, what they had to do was to say, look, the only way we can do this is to say you must sign up as an organization to an equal opportunities, right? In America, they say you must have a certain quota. Now, it's not, was it because black people wanted favors? No, they didn't want favors. But we knew, and the government was smart enough, and this is it, that's what you call intelligent politics. They were smart enough to know that until you force human beings to do something, which is what the law is there for, naturally, human beings are self-serving, right? So the law ensures, yes, you can be selfish, but when it comes to the citizenry, you can't just get away with it.
And by the way, I think something that we also need to make explicitly clear is that an unequal society, be it on the basis of race, gender, whatever it is
Absolutely.
that you want to put in there, does not benefits neither side of the
At all.
divide.
At all.
It benefits neither side of the divide
At all.
precisely because it is unequal.
Yeah. And that's what I explain to people when I always find, and especially men and some women, but I have to explain to men that you and I have the same enemy. One, we all, whether you're a male, whether you're a female, whether you're a child, a boy child, or a girl child, we all have the same enemy, patriarchy.
All right. On that note, let's just take this next call. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Is that Chica? Okay, Chica. All right. You are on the phone with myself and Amizirati Bakari Yusuf. Go ahead. Share your thoughts.
Misery is fine. Good morning. How are you?
All right, Chica. We've got less than a minute. Let's go.
Well, let me start by saying that first and foremost, one thing we should notice that, like again, why they said power is not some a la carte. So it's not something that will just be given to you on a platter of gold. It's
Mm.
something that you have to work for. But for me, my point this morning is that there's a need for women to actually maybe pay more attention on sensitization. Because the truth of the matter is that without proper education and sensitization, you won't have much participant of women in politics. Let me use my state as a case of the Anambra State. We know that the
Yeah.
politics of Anambra State is one that is heavily contested and heavily monetized. But out of the three senators in Anambra State today, two are women, Anambra North and Anambra Central. And why is it so? Is it there are a lot of men, but because the two women there, that's the personal affairs Senator Uche Konife and Stella Odua, I mean, they stood their ground. I mean, they give it to men, and they, with the proper sensitization and a good education to other women out there, and also having to deliver. Because the truth of the matter is that why they got elected into Senate is because the first time they were there, they did something that people were able to see, and that is why they got elected again. So for me, like I always said, until we have a proper sensitization and education, we might actually keep on talking for this thing for a long time. When this government was 2015,
All right, then, Chica. On that question, we're gonna have to end because we do need to take a quick break. But thank you for putting that question forth. When we get back from this, we'll be discussing your contribution.
Bank. Future Forward Banking.
What is he talking about? Stella Odua, that hideous woman.
Sis, I've really missed
Screwed her
you.
way through the freaking.
We're on YouTube.
I actually wanted to ask him how many number legislators do you have in your state assembly, and tell me how many of them are women
That's good.
when
Good.
he
Get back.
comes
You can
back.
call us back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I need to give the contact details so that people know as opposed to just.
Hmm?
I says I need to give the contact details so that people know because they might not. Some of the people listening might not know. Because normally we get a number of WhatsApp messages, but for some odd reason,
It's not going out.
yeah. So I'm wondering if there's a delay because there was one time we were like, "Oh, where are the messages?" And then as soon as the show ended, like 100 messages came in.
Wow.
0809 Send your WhatsApp messages in 01448991. Call us up. And of course, hashtag Lagos Talks 981 for Twitter. And of course, we are streaming live up on youtube.com/smooth 981 FM Lagos. Leave your comments up on the live stream. I'm Shopper Martins. This is Lagos Talks on Smooth Breakfast. The topic for today being gender equality in Nigeria. What is stopping us? I'm joined in the studio by Mizurati Bakari Yusuf, of founder of a Purple Women Foundation, and of course a television and a radio broadcaster. And we've been having such an interesting conversation with contributions from the listeners. And the last person to call was Chika, who talked about, well, Mr. I know that you wanted to respond to some of what he said. So go ahead.
What I'd have liked to ask him is, he said sensitization and awareness. I'm afraid you're wrong. Gosh, there has been so much. It is not. We've got
Because
to get
Chika
to a
has
point
put-
where we stop saying women should teach us sensitization. Women do. Again, in Nigeria, because you don't know what's going on doesn't mean it isn't happening. It's because we all have our own little Nigerias that we live in.
Yes,
Okay.
very true.
There's a lot of work that is going on. Otherwise, you wouldn't have had so many more women coming out since. Okay. We have at least 3 women who are out there right now who are challenging the status quo. And there will certainly be more. Look, Tari, who ran for chairmanship of her local government in the local elections last year, YPP had 3 female candidates. There was Khadija, there was Tari Taylor, and there was, I forget the name of the third lady, YPP and PDP. So you have to stop saying that women need to sensitize and educate. If the sensitization and the education and the awareness and the engagement had not been happening, you have more women actually coming to contest different seats now than you ever had before. But here's the other thing I would have liked to have asked Chika. Chika, how many members do you have? How many legislators do you have in your state assembly in Anambra? And how many of them are women? Because there's a statistics for you. Out of 999 state assemblies across Nigeria, only 45 members are women. Out of 109 senators, only 7 are women. Out of 306 members of the House, only 13. That's the House of Reps, by the way. Only 13 are women. There are 15 states, Shokwe. That's literally half of Nigeria. 15 states that doesn't have women in in their assembly at all. No woman. Abia, Yobe, Borno, Bauchi, Edo, Jigawa, Kwara, Kogi. Kwara has since changed now. They've implemented a 36% because I remember seeing the governor saying, they're 35% affirmative action. Yobe, Sokoto, Taraba, Katsina, Zamfara, Kano, Nasarawa.
All right. Call and share your
How does
thoughts on
that
this,
feel?
because
I know it's shocking, right? It's sensed. What you've got to think about is we're in 20 2022. We're almost approaching the middle of the 21st century. And here we are still talking about basic rights. Basic. I marry an Oyibo. We choose to move to Nigeria. He should be Nigerian. I want to go and work in government, either on the local level or on the national level. I shouldn't need permission. I did not ask, I did not need permission to be born. God did not seek permission from a male to create me. Why are women still having to ask for permission?
Well, let's get your thoughts on this one. 0144899981. Hello, good morning. We are great. Good morning. What's your name and your location?
Aisha from Ikeja.
All right, Aisha from Ikeja, go ahead. Join the conversation.
Yeah, so I'm so happy with this conversation. And yeah, it's good to have Ireti Bakari on the line. Well, I was thinking this we need to push through because Nigeria is a project on its own. So if we see it as we are all stakeholders, I think we can get somewhere. And we have been looking for a platform for females to come on board. So if Ireti's group is going to be the one that we should all key into, I think that would be great. And as well, professional society, if we can have the females, not just females, generally, if people can key into, we want a better society, we want to all, contribute, we need to contribute so that everybody comes in as a strong member and have, can make contributions and people listen. Because the problem here is that no one is listening. They don't care what we're saying. We're constantly talking on the radio. There's so many points that are made out there, and they are not listening. And it seems so simple, but it seems to be a big deal. So I was thinking, this like when Mugalu and Ezekwesili and Co were trying to have different parties. If they had all come together and you decide, oh, you're going to be president, you're going to be the ministers and things.
But they have different agendas.
The like mind that we need to push this country forward. So that's my thought.
All right, then, Aisha, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us right here. The conversation on gender equality in Nigeria and what exactly is stopping us. The phone lines are going. Let's take more calls. Let's do it. Hello, good morning. All right, let's see if I can get another caller on the line. Hello, good morning. Oh, I'm fine, thank you. Who is the owner of this voice? What's your name and location?
My name is Babatunde from Lagos.
All right, Babatunde from Lagos. Share your thoughts with us.
Okay, I quite an interesting debate going on with your guest this morning. But let me say something very clearly, and I will not patronize her. One of the major problems with women in Nigeria is that the women themselves. And I can remember very clearly, if you know the woman called Sarah Jubrila, she came out twice to run for presidency in PDP. She was on the ticket. Only half voted for herself. Only half voted for herself in the PDP primaries in Lagos Square. Twice she ran. No other single man voted for her. And it cannot be encouraging for other women who, at the end of the day, he got an appointment from the president who gave probably an assistant, which men generally think that women want to be part of this game for something meaningful. But women don't support them. No matter how much we try to put a policy in place, this is democracy, to be sincere. Affirmative policy, equal gender policy, we are all same, we are all same
Do
here.
you want to respond?
The doors are open for the women to come in. Like Chika said, in Anambra State, we have two sitting senators. They know what to do, and they did what they have to do. And for women, I have a daughter, I have a mother. So the point is that, are they ready to go the extra mile? Not about going maybe in the night, they have to go with jobs. All those are excuses. Every game
excuses?
have their own rules to play with.
All right.
So that's my own little thing this morning.
All right, Babatunde, thank you for sharing. Now, Ms. Urti,
Yeah, well, it's interesting what she says. First and foremost, I get really bored when Nigerian men starts coming out with, the women themselves, they don't support themselves. Do you like every man you meet? Really? Do you? Because you certainly don't. I bet you don't. It is literally impossible. So why do you burden women with liking every single woman that they meet? It's not human nature, right? That's one. Two, so Sarah Jabril only got one vote for herself. Why? Perhaps she didn't campaign hard enough. Nobody's guaranteeing anybody a win. What we're saying is open up the playing field. So yes, I might get there. I might even never get a vote. In fact, the day of voting, maybe I'll even have malaria and I can't get there. And then I don't even get one vote at all, let alone, two. But the fact is, at least I was able to compete.
You need to
Because
make the same
yes,
opportunities
yes,
available
yes.
regardless
Because
of gender.
unless you are able to compete, you don't have an opportunity to win in. So Sarah Jibril, I'm sorry, you cannot use her as a yardstick to actually judge women or to say that women are not voting for themselves. As a woman, if you come out and you campaign and you've got the right policies, you know exactly what you're doing, well, of course, people will vote for you. And we don't just want women voting for women. Is it only men that vote for men? We want both genders voting for the best person. And it is, and like what the ladies before said, is what matters. If you care about Nigeria, then you care about having an equal playing field. Then you care about gender equality and you ensure, push, and campaign for everybody to be part of that government for the people, by the people.
Now, Ms. Iriti, one question I would like to ask you is in terms of having a seat at the table and having more female voices and gender equality on the table, if we had more women in the right positions, would this story have come out? And that being of Justice Inyang Ikwo of the Federal High Court in Abuja, who refused to nullify Regulation 127 of the Nigeria Police Force, which forbids unmarried police officers from getting pregnant. One of the more gender discriminatory regulations I've seen.
Yes, it's insane. I mean, look, there are so many of these things that, in fact, I think maybe we should actually get the team to put a list together called the most ridiculous laws you have in Nigeria, gender laws
An
you have in
unmarried
Nigeria.
woman
Yeah,
police officer who becomes pregnant
yeah,
shall be discharged from the force and
yeah,
shall not be re-enlisted except with the approval
yeah.
of the Inspector General of Police.
Yes, yes. It's all crazy. Previous to that, in addition to that, remember, up only recently, and when I say recently, it's only more recently that a woman could bail out her husband. Previously, you couldn't. You couldn't bail out your son. You couldn't bail out your husband without having a male family member with you. It was
That
insane.
doesn't sound like a human being. That sounds like property.
Exactly. That's the thing. We have so many of these laws. Now, when this judge refused to nullify this thing, I was really angry, and I was really angry. But here's the thing. I think every time these stories come out and they make headlines, which is important, they opens up the conversation. And I would like to implore, because there's an argument that says, well, she signed up to join the police force. She knew what the rules were when she joined the police force. So I know that unions in Nigeria are literally not the best, but I wonder if the female police, association could get together and lobby somebody like Femi Falana. And I know his wife actually fights. She's in court all the time about based on cases like this and getting them quashed all the time, every time. And she wins. I mean, I remember speaking to him this morning and he said to me, my dear, he said, you see that first one, especially about, a married Nigerian woman and citizenship. So it certainly would be thrown out. If you were to take your husband to court and say, I insist on making him Nigerian, I would like to see a court that says he can't be. So they put these things out there for us to test them. And that's why we must continue to challenge the status quo all the time, every time.
All right, we are going to take a very quick break. When we get back, it will be the final few minutes of Lagos Talks. We'll take more of your calls on this number 0144899981. I need to read out Yinka Librason's message. It's true.
What did he say?
No, because he said, I've not seen where female population is greater than male population, as Shopai hinted. Remember when I was saying that lots of listeners sent in messages
Yeah.
saying that this, that, that? Yes.
Yeah, him.
So I will read that out and confirm.
Crazy.
Thank you for sending us this podcast that we will listen to. But it's okay. Nolly, Nolly, I said, did Chopin's head just turn, just sharply turn? It probably did. It
Ah,
probably did. I don't know. Some of the stuff I've heard today, you know, you know it's happening, and you know this is not a society that's geared towards uh, making women feel among. But sometimes it just seems the pointedness of some of
it's
these
madness.
regulations, some of these laws, you're just like, wow, thank you for allowing me to breathe the same air as you. Because at this point, everything is up for debate.
It's insane.
Before they
Oh,
say,
are
what
those
are
the
you
people?
doing on the land?
Is that from
Yeah,
YouTube?
we've got messages. Nolly S. Nolly S said, is the rule still in place for mothers to ask permission from the fathers to travel with the children?
No, that's a law. That's yeah. That rule is for passports, immigration.
Mm.
Yeah, but I think that's more kind of like an anti-kidnapping thingy.
Yeah, but he's saying, is it the same the other way around?
Aha, that's the question. I'm actually gonna put somebody on and get all these.
Yeah, because that's
Yeah,
actually
get
what
a
Nolly S said.
compilation.
Please put a list together, a list of these gendered
Yeah.
laws. Oh, wow. No consent by. Okay, no, sorry. That I need to see 2021.
I am starving.
Yeah.
Fatima, let somebody help me buy scotch egg before we leave. We're almost done, ba? Have
Yes,
you got
we
time?
are. Give me.
Fatima, you'll have
1250
to give me
something.
money. I didn't come out with my card. I am starving.
Do I have? Oh, good. I don't have that.
I don't have cash, yo. And I didn't bring my card.
Wow, this pack is so small. It's terrible. 159.
You
200.
at least you have 150. I don't have a penny. If they can borrow me 1K, I'll send it to their account.
Oh.
Help me get scotch eggs. Two scotch egg and the sausage in a croissant.
Okay, Lakumi is on it. I don't know.
She shouldn't get me one, no. One doesn't reach the place God said it should reach.
I think I said A. I'm very sure I put the singular.
Aha.
I'm sorry.
You said it's one.
I think I said I'm very
Let
sure.
me send her a message.
It's the final few minutes of Lagos Talks on Smooth Breakfast. I'm Shopper Martins. In the studio with me is Ms. Irati Bakari Yusuf, who is the founder of Purple Women Foundation and one of the organizers of the 1 Million Women March that is going to occur tomorrow on International Women's Day. Now, we've got your messages and your calls coming in as we tackle this topic, gender equality in Nigeria. What is stopping us? Ms. Irati, from what you have said, over the past hour or so, a lot is stopping us.
A
from,
great deal is stopping
right
us.
from birth,
It's certainly
education,
not. It's
and
not
it
for
just
lack of.
keeps piling up.
Yes, it's not from lack of will, effort, or determination, or even commitment, or anything like that. I mean, if we weren't determined and committed, we wouldn't be pushing. If we weren't determined and committed, we wouldn't be having this march tomorrow. And please, everybody's got to come to the 1 million woman march. 1 million women.
Now, hold on. Just tell us a little bit about the Purple Women Foundation and the purpose
Ah.
of the 1 Million Women March. That can be a tongue twister.
Yes, it is, right? Oh, Purple Women Foundation, you can see I'm smiling. It's
It's
absolute.
very close to your heart.
It's so close to my heart. They are the most amazing bunch of women. We are about nation building. And we basically came together doing NSARS and formed and registered. And we've been doing all sorts of social impact stuff since then. But I honestly have to say to you, I have, and literally, we are a snapshot of Nigeria. So, you have those in the diaspora, you have those in Lagos, those in out of state, but also you have from the top of the pyramid to the bottom of the pyramid, from the oldest to the youngest. So we're a mix or a bunch, different language, different ethnicities, but we all come together for one purpose. We are about nation building. We are about women and we are about empowerment. That's what we do. And I have never ever. So when people say women don't support women, women don't, nya, 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 no, it is nya, 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 because it's a fallacy. I have never felt so blessed and so privileged to be amongst women like that. And there's also Woman Manifesto, which is a whole other one. That's 2,000 strong.
Wow.
2,000, not 2,000 NGOs of women.
Now tell us about the purpose of the 1 Million Women March.
The 1 million women march, the purpose of it is actually to get the message. So all of you that are saying awareness, 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 is to raise even more awareness.
Chicas, you've been asking for sensitization.
Exactly, sensitization is to raise more awareness, sensitization, and to let the legislators know that this time it is not going to be business as usual. You are not going to throw out all these gender bills and think we're just going to issue a press statement and get on with our lives, let them go back into the kitchen and go back and look after the babies, whatever. They need to know that not only can we look after babies, look after the kitchen, feed their husbands, but we can also shape this country. So we want, and it's a collective. It's a collective of women's groups, Woman Manifesto, Wimbies, Whisker, Purple Women, everybody, so many. Everybody come out. We've got speakers. In fact, Shopper wants to answer the phone. Let me let her answer the phone.
Because
and I'll tell you after.
Run out of time. We've only got a couple of minutes left. Hello, good morning. Oh, looks like we don't have that caller, but keep on calling. I'm going to take this message from Yinka from Ijaye, who says, some of the rejected gender-sensitive bills should be reviewed for consideration because they are quite discriminatory. But based on my works or research, statistically, I've not seen where the female population is greater than the male population in Nigeria, which is one of those peculiar countries in the world where the male population is greater. But you know what? Actually, Yinka, thank you very much for bringing that up, because I do know that, as I was saying, our contributors had spoken about, I did mention that as part of it, but I didn't give any sort of statistics or background information on that or disclaimer on that. So thank you very much for that. Let's see if we can take this last call. Hello, good morning. Could you please turn your radio off for the duration of this call? Go ahead and share your thoughts. What's your name and location? Alhaji Adamu, okay, go ahead.
Yes, good morning, Mrs. Ayeriti.
Good morning.
I want to just find that I hope you are not mixing politics with gender affirmative action.
That is politics.
Politics is quite different, madam.
No, it isn't.
Everybody to contest, be it a man or a woman. Okay? So long as you meet up the requirement, you can contest. Pick up the form and do the needful.
However, you agree?
You see, you even mentioned my state that is among the states that has not, been represented by a woman. Well, I may agree with you, but we have them at different, structure of the ladder. When you look at appointment, it's quite different from elective offices. Okay, we have them as commissioners, as ministers, as this, as that. Okay, but when it comes to politics, there is a level playing field for everybody. The only thing is, women must, as a matter of urgency, begin to look at themselves as politicians, not as women.
All right, Alhaji Adamu, on that note, I'm going to have to end the call because we have run out of time. We're going to take a very quick break and then we'll be back for the final, I'm actually now giving us extra time. The final few seconds of Lagos Talks right here on Smooth Breakfast.
Marie, and you're listening to Smooth 98.1.
Don't actually have time. But
I haven't even told them where the march is taking place.
Yeah, so when we get back,
I'll do that.
You got like 1 minute.
Okay, that's
Wow.
enough.
Wow.
That's enough.
This is real.
It moves. Nothing ever gets done without someone doing it.
I love it. Chris says if you joined the show and you feel like you've missed too much, head on over to YouTube. I'm actually
Nice.
24 minutes behind the live show, but I'm
Nice.
getting the meat of the whole show.
My, oh, I hope it's not one. Oh, oh, bless you, because this one.
I said I confessed what happened. That I said a singular. Oh, well, this has been an interesting conversation.
It's been fun. It's been fun. I've had fun.
So May Springs says, "Do you know your microphones? We know our microphones are not muted."
Yes, now.
She goes, "Iriti, we now know you like Scotch eggs." She wasn't hiding it. She wasn't hiding it. Wow. I need to read this message in from these messages from Nolly. Yes, very interesting. Very, very interesting. Oh, Chica sent. I was able to complete my. Oh, I wasn't able to complete my thoughts. In conclusion, let me say that women must be ready to carry out awareness to women in rural areas. Professor, okay, contested for president. How many votes did she get, and what's the voting population of women compared to the number of votes she got? Also, the excuse that politics is largely played at night is a lame excuse. Majority of nurses and medical doctors in Nigeria.
They're on shift work.
So
They don't
they are
have to go
women
to a
and they do
meeting
night
in the
shift.
middle of the night.
I love it. A lot of women are rising to the peak in the judiciary today, not because of sentiment, but because of. I can't read this message. You spend the next 1 hour counteracting it. But so, in conclusion, let women put in more effort. I'm really tired of this narrative of women putting in more
That's
effort.
what I'm saying. Keep stop
Women
pointing
have been
fingers.
putting in effort.
Talk to your brothers.
So much effort. All right, Miserity. In sporting speak now, we are in extra time. So very quickly, this is the Lagos Talks. It's really the final countdown. And Miserity Bakari Yusuf, who is the founder of the Purple Women Foundation, and one of the organizers of the 1 Million Women March, which is happening tomorrow, and you were telling us a little bit about that, and really to end the show on to end the conversation on gender equality in Nigeria. What is stopping us? How do we move forward?
Right. So first of all, you can join us tomorrow at Alausa Secretariat. Alausa Secretariat in Ikeja. That's where we're going to be. That's the meeting point.
What
That's
time?
where we're going to be. Oh, 8 a.m. Thank you. And you can wear, people say what color? You can wear black, you can wear white, you can wear pink, you can wear purple. Purple is the color of royalty, and women are the ones that give birth to royalty. That's why we're called purple women. Haha. Go check it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah. So how do we move forward? We can only move forward if we truly care about Nigeria. If you care about Nigeria, then you have to stop pointing fingers at women and start talking to your brothers and saying, look, this gender bills that you've thrown out, the fact that we're still discussing gender equality in the 21st century in the most populous country in Africa is the total shame and embarrassment. How can we be a giant? How can we say we are smart, we are intelligent, yet we don't apply it? It's simply ludicrous. So the only way to move forward is get in touch with your with your senators. They haven't released the list for us. If they did, we would have released it by now. The list of those that voted against. But however, you can write to your senators. You can write to your House of Rep members and let them know how you feel. Or you can join us tomorrow and let them see all of our faces tomorrow, 8 a.m. at Alausa. It's going to be fabulous. We have so many wonderful speakers.
You heard from the woman herself, Ms. Ertiu Bakari Yusuf. Thank you so much for joining me.
They can send me a message, by the way, at Sisioge Lagos.
And that's what I was about to say.
Yes.
So you can also find her online. She is at Sisioge Lagos. If you've missed out on any of the information, you can check it out, youtube.com/smooth981FM. If you still have questions, if you still have comments, at Sisioke Lagos. We are at Smooth 981 FM. And Lagos, you have been fantastic. Thank you for making this a lively conversation. Coming up is Strictly Soul Music, and you get to listen to Khadija at 1 o'clock. She'll be on with the Casbah. From me, till tomorrow, goodbye. Oh. People, we're done. We are a minute over time.
Oh wait.
Oh, we
wow.
really are.
Oh wow.
But it's okay. It was a very interesting.
Oh wow.
What's happening
Thank
here?
you.
What's happening here?
I love it
What
when
did I
I'm
do
on
now?
air. That's what my producer's doing when I'm on air in Nigerian. For she'll be like, "What's going on with this thing? What's going on with this thing?" So